We've been seeing a lot about Lindsay Clancy, who strangled her 3 children and is now on trial for it, and lots of commentary on it. And I just wanted to get your take on it. It's very disturbing to watch people argue that she had some sort of psychosis, etc., and those poor kids were strangled, and I can't even imagine the scene and how they must have felt seeing the other ones die before them. One of them had to see the other one die before them, and, so it's very disturbing. I hope they throw the book at her and give her as hard of a sentence as they can, but I don't know how you feel about that.
Well, again, her defense attorneys are not doing her any service. They're sort of like Mangione. I don't know what it is with the defense attorneys today. Their purpose is to make the defendant look sympathetic, but they give press conferences like Mangione, they interrupt. And her attorney was suggesting that it would be inhumane for a jury or the judge or the prosecutor to continue this because A, she tried to commit suicide and is paralyzed. And she said, well, each year she's going to miss her 3 children for the rest of her life. And there's no punishment that can exceed that. In fact, there is. Those children are not going to be there. They didn't have a choice. And de facto, anybody who kills somebody outside of a war is something wrong with them, you know what I mean? Unless it's self-defense. So when they say, she wasn't of her right mind, who is of the right mind? I mean, if somebody breaks in tonight and shoots me, that's a very odd thing to do. You know what I mean? It's not a normal thing. It doesn't mean that person's not responsible. So all you have to, I guess, reus in Latin is the word for defendant, mens rei, what's the status of the mind of the defendant? Did they know that what they did was illegal? Yes, I think she did. And that's about it. Unless she's completely delusional and not attached to the current world. I'm sure her defense attorneys told her that because she just stares off in space. And it is true they over-medicated her. But I can tell you when I had 2 4.5-hour back-to-back operations and they gave me the anesthesia, then the stuff to wake me up and then put me back to sleep again for the second one and all the other things. When I came back in my room, I have no memory whatsoever of what the surgeon told me about the second. And I don't really to now remember the first 2 days even. But I didn't get angry and want to go kill somebody. You know what I mean? But I think I had a dozen drugs in me, all sorts of antibiotics, you name it. So what I'm getting at is people go through this every day. They get depressed, but that doesn't justify killing somebody. And so I don't really care how she feels now. I really don't. I don't want to be heartless. I care about the children. And I lament the fact they're not on the earth and they got one shot to live in a corporate body and they're gone. And it wasn't that they got cancer. It wasn't that they got hit by a car. It wasn't even that an evil person broke in their house and killed them. It was their own mother. And to be really macabre about it, Joseph Goebbels killed their 5 children. Mrs. Goebbels did. And that was a horrific thing to do because she thought that they would be persecuted if they grew up with that name. But in fact, we know now that people that closely attached to the Nazi regime, their children were not persecuted. So, and they were so small, they really had no cognizance of the Third Reich's crimes. But the point is I'm making, she didn't strangle them. She dosed them with a narcotic and knocked them out and killed them. And then she killed herself.
You're talking about Goebbels, not
yes, Goebbels,
not Lindsay
Frau
Clancy.
Goebbels,
Yeah.
the mother. This woman gave them one of the most painful, she killed them in one of the most painful processes possible by strangling them. And then she didn't kill herself. Not that. So if she's so, I don't know what to say about it. I just think that the defense has been talking about everybody, and now they have women protesters out there saying that people don't understand postpartum depression. I think they do understand postpartum depression because that's kind of a slight on women. Oh, I had a child. Be careful about your wife. She may kill the child and you too or something. No, that doesn't happen. 99.99999 times that doesn't happen. So don't try to normalize somebody's culpability. So I don't know how you explain these either in a religious context that's purely satanic and evil, or in a physiological or psychological context, but it doesn't matter because the children are dead. And we're not even talking about them. Everybody knows her name, but nobody knows the children's name. So that's what I'm worried about.